Hello everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Anything Goes.
Everyone actually showed up tonight, so everything should be running smooth.
Speaking of smooth,
In tonight's episode of Rosetta Tone, we're going to transport you to a different dimension with synthesizers.
yeah, I heard this show is going to be killer.
Yep, also speaking of killer, in tonight's episode of Murder in the Making, we get a little more in-depth look at how crazy Raiden actually is.
Yeah, he is pretty crazy. We'll see how Anything Goes Live ends up tonight.
Yeah, I heard it's going to get pretty heated over there.
And let's not forget about My City. But that's enough of us talking. Let's get Cynthia with this week's episode of The Rosetta Tone.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Rosetta Tone, the only show where we take the language of different audio effects and apply them to different instruments. I'm Slater.
And I'm Scott.
Today we're going to be working with the delay effect. And today specifically we're working with this Boss digital delay pedal. And Scott, I think you've brought in a special instrument that we're going to try playing around with.
I brought in a thing for sure. This
Look
is
at this.
the Behringer DeepMind 12. It's polyphonic synthesizer, which means that it can do different voices at the same time. And we're gonna play around with it a little bit. It has some built-in effects, and so we're gonna be using the delay built in right here.
It's going to get weird, and I'm excited about it. So, per usual, we're going to start with guitar as our, what do you call it?
The control.
The control. So we're going to start with the guitar with no effect on it, and then we're going to throw some delay on it so you can get a good idea of what delay does. Here's the guitar with no delay. Here's the guitar with the delay switched on. Boy, is that fun.
That was a really nice little rendition you had there, Slater. I liked it.
Thank you, I appreciate
The
that.
delay really added a lot.
Delay is one of those effects that, it's in basically every genre of music, and basically anybody who plays guitar throws delay on there. It can be a nice, subtle, texturizing thing, or it can just be an obnoxious, in-your-face thing, and I think it's a really great effect.
It really just takes something good and makes it better.
That's what we strive for.
So Slater, what exactly does the delay effect do? How does it work? What can you do with it?
Boy, Scott, I gotta tell you, you can do so much with it. I don't exactly know how it works. Hopefully
There's a few different knobs on there. What do they do?
Well, on this specific one, this shows, a good base of how long apart you want the delay effect to be, how much you want to blend it into the mix of your tone, how long you want it to last for, if it's just going to be one repetition or multiple, and this is just another dial in to how far apart you want the repetitions to be.
I like it.
Cool. How does a delay pedal do what it does, though, Scott?
Oh God, it's a very complex circuitry. I don't know how complex.
That's
But
not
it
our job here.
involves taking the input of the incoming sound signal, and then it takes a copy of that that signal. The long-running
Joke of saying the word copy too much.
but it'll take the copy of that delay signal, or that signal that comes in, and then it delays it. So it literally holds on to that sound for a little bit, and then it will loop it back into the circuit so that it comes back out.
And you wonder where they get the term
And-
delay from.
Now you know.
Well, maybe we should start experimenting and getting weird with it.
Okay, let's take a look at what this little box can do. This is the synth with no delay. This is the synth with the delay. Let's see how weird we can make things get. Well, to be honest, that went in a direction that I wasn't even totally prepared for, but I had fun messing around with it, so.
I think that's kind of the cool thing about delay is, you know, when you start messing with the different times and repetitions and like get weird, different like polyrhythms going, like while you're doing it, you're not even, like you can't predict exactly how it's ever going to sound. You just kind of play with it and it's
Yeah.
fun and surprising every time.
It's cool because it not only does it add like more things to listen to and it's more interesting, but it can also mess with the rhythm. You can like add different rhythms to whatever you're recording.
Absolutely. And like in a live music setting, I feel like the possibilities are endless with that, which can either break or make a show. I feel like it would either go really awesome or just be a terrible time for everybody. But that's half the fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
The not knowing.
you gotta take some risk.
That's what I always say every episode. Well, there's a whole bunch of different effects out there just waiting to be heard in ways they never have before, and it can only be done through the Rosetta Tone.
Woo! That was awesome.
Yeah. So wait, you guys haven't seen anything yet.
I mean, I can't wait. But here's a reminder, there's a blood drive on campus tomorrow, March 11th, in the NWTC campus gym from 9 to 2 p.m.
Giving blood is pretty noble, if you can. Ironically, I'm very squeamish when it comes to needles, so I'm not a big fan of giving blood.
Yeah, same. If blood does make you squeamish, you might not want to watch this next show, Murder in the Making.
We never know what will be uncovered or what will happen next, but let's find out.
When Raiden first moved to Green Bay, Wisconsin from Portland, Texas, one of the first people he met was his roommate Luke. The two met in Raiden's first semester as a digital media technology student at NWTC in Green Bay.
My name is Luke. I am Raiden's current roommate. We met in our program classes here at NWTC. We hit it off pretty well in class. You know, we were linked up in a couple of group assignments, and he seemed like a real great guy. We got along great. He asked me if I wanted to be his roommate, and I was like, cool, you know. He was new to the area. I could show him around town.
Luke and I met here in school. We had a few classes together. I mean, he seemed like a pretty cool guy, and then we worked on some projects together, and I think we kind of made some pretty cool stuff. So we figured, I mean, hey, rent's kind of high. Why don't we just like be roommates, kind of offset the costs? And I mean, it worked out pretty cool. He's a cool guy. We're into the same stuff, so it wasn't too bad.
Everything was good at first. You know, we got along good, and then kind of just started slacking off a little bit, being late with the rent, dirty socks on the floor, wouldn't pick up his laundry, wouldn't do his laundry, wouldn't do the dishes, wouldn't help cook.
I mean, we're doing pretty good. I've been working a lot, so I don't really see him too much. Usually the only time I'm able to catch him is at school or during the live show that we make and stuff like that. But otherwise, I mean, I think everything's going fine. I don't think there would be a problem.
The night of the murder, Raiden and I, we were supposed to go to Buffalo Wild Wings for dinner, you know, check out the basketball game. And on my way to go meet him for dinner, I got a phone call and it was Raiden. He was like panicked, kind of screaming, incoherent things. And it was just real strange. You know, I was trying to ask him what was going on and he wouldn't answer me. He just said, yo, I'm not gonna be able to make it for dinner. I heard just some weird stuff going on in the background, and he hung up the phone. I tried calling him back and I couldn't get a phone call.
So, like I said before, Luke and I hung out in our place. We played some video games, and he wasn't feeling super good, so I went down to the bar. While I was there, Dawson did actually get a hold of me. It was first time he talked to me since everything went down, and he just, I don't know, he seemed off, like something was going on, but he wouldn't really tell me. And then he hung up, but I don't know, I was just kind of freaked out, just kind of sitting there. And then sometime later, Luke called me and asked if he wanted to go to Buffalo Wild Wings, but I really had to clear my head. I didn't know what was going on, so I didn't go.
Oh, that was absolutely chilling.
Yeah, it's really hard to think that Raiden's innocent after watching all that.
I mean, let's ask him. Hey, Raiden, are you guilty?
How many times do I have to say no? I didn't do it, guys. Stop asking.
Sounds pretty guilty to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's give him a chance. I mean, the show is not over yet.
Yeah, whatever you say, man. Let's see what he's got cooked up for this week's episode of Anything Goes Live.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome to Anything Goes Live once again. So, just like every week, I got to talk about the murder show and just say that nothing is concrete. We're still figuring things out. The good people over at the police station, they're trying to figure what's going on. So whenever they have a verdict, you guys will know, and you'll know whether or not I did it, which I didn't, even though everyone loves to say that. Thanks, guys. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and get into this live show today. So instead of going over there and grabbing one of them, I'm actually going to bring in a special guest here, hopefully to kind of help exonerate me. So why don't you come on over, roll over here. Welcome to the show, guys. This is Alan. This is Dawson's twin brother. So, Alan, you don't think I did it, right, man?
I really hope you suffer, though.
Thanks, man. All right, so speaking of suffering, what we have today, what do we have going on, Dawson? Do you know anything about what's happening here?
Lots of peppers and death.
Yep, and death. As the skull right there kind of shows that. So we got, what we're doing today is a spice ladder challenge. So we're going to start over here with the bell peppers. Then we're going to move over to the Anaheim peppers. Then it starts getting kind of spicy with the non-disclosed taco company's sauce. We're going to move over to the jalapenos, the serrano peppers, ghost pepper chips, the one chip challenge Carolina Reaper pepper. I'm sure you've seen it on the internet. And then we have crushed up, dried out Carolina Reapers. And then if there's a tiebreaker, we have a pretty scary tiebreaker, but we'll get to it if we get there. So anyway, the way this is going to work is we have Elena off camera. Go ahead and say hi.
Hi.
All right, so she's going to be the one that's going to help us keep score. So we're obviously these are pretty big peppers. We're not going to eat all of them, but if we eat one bite, we get 1 point. And then if we spit it out, we lose a point. And if we drink one of the milks that we have here to kind of lessen the pain, we also lose a point. So, you ready, Alan?
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's go.
Go ahead and hand me that plate there. We have tissues, Germ-X, just in case, kind of get the spice off of our hands. And we do have medical people standing by, so don't worry. So let's start off. Cheers. Cheers. Let's go right into it. So, you can't see it because you're obviously looking at us, but behind camera, everyone in the studio came over here to watch, so I'm kind of frightened, I'll be honest. All right, so we both get a point. That wasn't too bad. Doesn't taste great by itself. Bell peppers are good in food.
I
but
love it.
You do? All right, well, then you can have those after the show.
Okay.
So, let's just break these off. So if someone wants to cook with these later, they can. So let's just break off a piece here. All right. All right, once again. Not bad, okay. All right. So we're gonna do 3 drops of the sauce here, so let me get some of this in here. All right. All right, you wanna go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, open up, man. And 1, 2, 3. There you go. All right, now for me.
That's not bad.
Am I hitting you? Man, this stuff by itself does not taste that great.
Tastes good though.
Oh, now we're getting to the spice. I felt it there. Ready to move over to the jalapenos, man?
Yes.
All right, let's get it. So, this one's mine, that one's yours. Of course, we still have the seeds on it. That's the spicy part. So a lot of people say like, oh, there's no seeds. There's seeds.
Yeah.
Trust me. All right, let's go.
All right.
See, one thing by itself isn't spicy, but the build on it really kind of starts to hit you. Well, where would you say you're at on a scale of 1 to 10 right now as far as pain in the mouth?
1.
1? Oh, okay. All right. I brought the wrong guy on.
Yeah, you did.
All right. Let's just keep going into it. All right, so now we're on the serrano peppers. Oh, man. I've never even had these before. I don't know.
Never have I.
Let's try it. Hopefully we're not allergic to them. Well, these aren't bad. Wait. It's kind of hitting. It's not that bad, but it's...
Are you having trouble?
No, I'm just as good as you are. We're doing great. What are those? I'm not taking a drink of milk or spitting anything out, so no points lost. But I just need a moment here. I just remembered a sad joke. That's all it was. All right, let's go ahead and move into the ghost chips. What are you? Talk for a second.
So, what am I supposed to say?
I don't know. Let's just eat them.
Okay.
Do we have to eat all 3 of these? Yes? We got a nod off camera. That's ridiculous.
Wait, really?
Let's do a full chip to start off.
All right.
This is where it starts to get bad. Oh. I don't like how stone-faced you are, man.
Oh, we're still eating.
Well, I'll see you in hell, man. I don't want to smart. Ah! All right. We moving up? We're going to keep going?
Yeah.
All right. Oh. Okay, so we only brought 1 of these. So we're just going to break it in half. Now, careful not to really touch this one because it might kind of hurt your hands. So I'll just drop it on this right here. That's a chip? That's black. That's not good.
That's like tar.
Oh, man. No. Okay, so we're going to kind of make sure that we both get the same amount of spice. It's really hitting. Everything's hitting now.
I feel, yeah.
It's really hitting. I didn't cough on the chip, don't worry. Just gonna wipe the sides of my mouth. Again, I'm not spitting out, no points taken. I gotta win, finally. This is the only reason I'm doing this. I've lost every week. Oh my God, do you need a moment? Are you good or you wanna keep moving?
Keep moving.
You keep moving? Oh, I wish you would, okay. So here's a tissue, go ahead and pick up the chip with the tissue. Okay, so,
All right.
do we think that's even?
Yeah.
All right, damn it. Ah, man. This is on campus, man. Why are they letting us do this? They're watching and filming with their phones. Okay, cheers, bro. You're crazy. They're crazies. I'm overthinking it. I'm in a rut. I want to see how he feels.
It tastes really bad.
Really bad?
Do it. Come on. Finish it.
And here it is.
That's pretty good, though. It honestly tastes pretty good. It's not hitting at all.
It is.
No. What? Honestly, that was pretty good. Hang on. Hang on. Nah, not really. So we're gonna keep moving, or
Yep.
what? I mean, yeah. I need a minute. I need a minute. So do you want to call it there, or you want to keep going? I didn't ask you.
Milk?
No. Do you want to keep going, or are you good?
Yeah, fucking milk.
All right. Okay.
Is that the other chip in that? Is there another chip?
No. If I don't drink milk, I win.
Yeah, you have 7 and Alan has 6.
Alan has 6?
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta win 1 week, man.
This actually doesn't taste bad.
It's milk. It's not supposed to.
I'll take a Reaper if you guys do.
We're not doing it.
I will.
Nope. No.
Yeah. For the win. For the win.
Nope. Nope.
No, you're not doing it? He tapped out. I win! Ah, thank God, finally!
Oh. Sorry.
I assume, I swear, I'm crying because I'm happy that I won. Let's go ahead and throw it to a commercial and then back to the host. Thanks, guys.
If you're over the age of 40 and struggling to keep up in today's society, then Boomer University is for you. Our dean founded Boomer U just for you.
When I switched from a landline to an iPhone, I was wondering, what are all these buttons for? But when I took a class at Boomer U, they explained everything. Now I feel hip again.
Wow, they really weren't lying about it getting heated over there.
Yeah, I hope they're all right. Like,
I mean, I'm sure they are all right.
well, if they aren't, they have all of spring break to recover. Spring break is from March 16th to March 20th.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that actually.
And if you're staying home from break, My City will give you an idea of where to go.
Of course, let's run it.
Hi, my name is Allison.
And I'm Jack. Welcome to My City.
Join us on an adventure as we take you through a tour of the cities of Northeast Wisconsin in My City. Last week, we visited Marinette. Today, we head down south on Highway 41 to check out the city of Oconto. Although incorporated in 1869, the French came upon Oconto in 1669 when they began trading furs with the native Menominee people. Today, Oconto is still home to many historical sites from long ago.
We're standing outside Beyer Home Museum, built in 1868 by Kitty and Cyrus Hart.
This is one of the first brick buildings in Oconto County, with bricks being shipped from De Pere straight here to Oconto.
In 1941, the county took it over and acquired it, and it's now a historical site and a museum to showcase the history of Oconto.
One of the biggest attractions in Oconto has to be Breakwater Park, a fishing and recreational area that sits at the Bay of Green Bay. We happened to come out on a day when people were ice fishing.
We're out here at the Oconto Breakwater.
A place where people can get some food and a drink at the dockside, and a popular place for all year round and all season fishing.
People fish out here when there's ice. People fish out here in the summer months. People also park their boats, yachts, or bigger ships out here to make their way into Green Bay for a nice ride.
And that's it for today's episode of My City. Join us next week as we head over to Swamico, Wisconsin.
Well, you all right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Seemed to get a little excited about that episode.
It's just a long trip from Oconto.
Looks like I have a place to go now for spring break. Seems like it's a pretty fun place up there.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty cool.
Sadly, this fun has to come to an end. Don't worry, though. We'll be back on the 24th.
Of course.
Be safe out there on spring break, and remember,
Anything goes.